Hi, and welcome back to the Wednesday workshop series for GBS. My name is Ed Pearson. I'm the Senior Enterprise Officer for GBS. Today, we're going to cover part of our Think It series of videos. And I've really landed on one area that's so important to every business that I speak to. So all our students coming in with their business ideas all seem to have had pricing strategies recently that maybe don't do the best that they could do for each of their businesses. Now, as usual, I'm stuck up here in the corner of this screen. I'm going to get myself out of the way so you can just focus on the slides, but let's just dive straight into it all. So what are we actually going to cover today? Well, I want to give you a pricing strategy, something that's going to increase your profits, make you more money. And the good news is it's not going to actually require any real effort from you as well. So I hope you stay tuned for a few more minutes just to find out what this is all about. Now, if you're a business student with GBS, this relates very strongly to the 3 C's of pricing. To save you scrambling around now and wondering what those 3 C's are, it's customer, cost, competition. It may be a slightly different order in your syllabus, but I will always put the customer first. What we're going to do is we're going to let those 3 C's let you guide the customer. Dare I suggest that we see the 3 C's in action in our pricing modules within a syllabus. It can be a little bit dry. I don't know how it relates really to the pricing, but it's absolutely critical in here. So you'll spot some of the characteristics around 3 C's here. What I'm planning to do in the next few minutes is bring pricing to life using those 3 C's as a guide for us. Now, if you've not thought about your pricing strategy with any depth or given it any sort of momentum or just deep thought around it, one thing I will guarantee is that you're definitely losing out on money. There's a saying about leaving the money on the table. There are plenty of customers out there that are looking to buy the product or service that you're offering. And if you don't get the pricing correct, that money stays firmly in their pocket, even though they'd have been happy to go and spend some money with you. And you're probably sitting there thinking, that just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios just to get your head around this subject. And I've got a fictitious but very relatable scenario that you can use to get the pricing right in your business. This will definitely apply to your company and your business operation. If you're sitting there thinking it doesn't apply, reach out. We can have a one-to-one. I will show you how to relate what we're going to go through in a little bit more detail to your business. Now, the good news is there's nothing new under the sun is a saying I often use. You are definitely going to have seen this pricing strategy at play before. But I suspect that you've maybe not stopped to think in detail about what's really going on when you're looking at the pricing strategy. So when I show you the next screen, you're going to definitely have seen very similar examples. But what we want to do is actually work out why companies are presenting price in the way they are, because we can learn a lot from this. So here goes. Here is a CRM system, customer relationship management system. And this is, I've just grabbed it off a screen on the website earlier this morning and whacked it onto this PowerPoint presentation. But you'll have seen similar pricing examples. So here we've got different options from £15 a month up to £99 a month, but the middle option here is £65 per month. Now, I think, or I'll wager a whole £1 sporting bet with you that you've seen this type of operation before where the marketing and sales teams are giving you 3 options to choose from. So what's really going on inside this inside this strategy that they're using? Well, they know a thing or two, and we all know a thing or two in business. So what's really going on? They know that if they give you too many choices, then you're going to make no move to buy anything from the company that they're trying to promote. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, well, hang on, I've got lots of things I sell and they're all priced individually and there's lots of options and there's lots of customers out there and I can do all sorts of things for them. So you run around really, really busy as a business owner trying to get all that revenue to come your way, all that money out of your potential customers' pockets into your till. Now, I just want to share a study with you that starts to get under the skin of why only 3 or maybe 4 options might work best for your business rather than offering lots and lots of choice. So there's a really good TEDx speaker. Hopefully you're listening to some TEDx talks. They're well worth your time. There's a lady called Sheena Iyengar. And she did a study along with a guy called Mark Lepper back in 2000. And they called it the JAM study. They were working on behalf of Stanford and Columbia universities. And Sheena used to go into like a grocery store in America called Draeger's grocery store, and they stocked all sorts of things. There was 348 kinds of jam. And she got into a conversation with the manager of the store and said, "How are things going?" And he pointed out onto the car park and showed busloads of tourists that were queuing up to come into the store because the store offered so many variations on so many types of food products that it would actually become a photo opportunity, and busloads of tourists would come in day after day after day. So Sheena and the store manager decided to settle on jam as an area for their study. And what they did was they set up at the front of the store a stall that people could come and try different types of jam. And there was 2 types of stall. One of them had 24 types of jam on it, and the other stall that they set up had 6 types of jam on it. Now, a couple of interesting things happened here. The stall with 24 types of jam had by far and away more people stopping to look at all the different types of jam. The stall with 6 types of jam had far fewer people actually stopping to look at the jam. And you might be sitting there now as a business owner thinking, brilliant, so what I need to do is get more types of your product or service to get more people stopping to look. But that would be a big mistake from a revenue point of view. And if you're in business, you're here to make profit. So what actually happened was the buying behavior changed. There was a lot of people stopped to look at 24 types of jam, but in fact, very few of them bought. The store with 6 types of jam, more people bought. In fact, 6 times more people bought jam from the store with 6 types of jam at it. I wish there wasn't so many 6s in here, but there we go. So what happens is the store with 24 types of jam, there was suddenly choice overload. It's the paradox of choice. Once there's so many options available that you just can't get your head around what you're going to do or what your next decision is, the safest thing for a customer to do is to take no action. And every single customer you deal with has an option to not buy from you, and people often forget this. So what you're trying to do here with your pricing strategies is to channel them down into something that will be give them the ability to get their head around very, very quickly, and allow them to make the choice to purchase from you. So I want to get this a bit more relatable potentially to your business. Here's a quick example. This is a fictitious example. It works well though. What I've used as an analogy is popcorn at a cinema. I've just invented a bucket of popcorn that sells for £3.50. I'm not sure there's any cinema in the world that sells popcorn at such a low price. But let's imagine you've got a product or service and you're offering it and the price is £3.50. We've got to be a little bit wary. 1 is the worst number in business in my book. And what we've got here is 1 option. So 1 is a bad number anyway. You should do more than 1 type of marketing campaign. You should reach out to potential customers more than once. You should give them options of more than 1 thing to purchase. Let's stick to pricing today. £3.50 for a bucket of popcorn. What you've done there is you've given your customer just 1 option, and the option there is buy or do not buy. And in a situation where there's just 2 options to buy or not buy, for lots of behavioral reasons, we're going to another video another day, your customer is more likely to say, no, I'll keep my money safe in my pocket. And that's because there's just not enough option, and they know there's a second hidden option in there. Likewise, Let's go and expand up a little bit. So let's think we're not selling any popcorn. We're trying to work out next, how can we start selling some popcorn? Maybe we've had a couple of conversations with well-meaning friends and family, or maybe some of our customers, and saying, well, why isn't popcorn selling well? Why didn't you buy any today? And they might just turn around and say, it's too expensive, or there wasn't enough options, or whatever. So you think, right, I know what we'll do. We'll put two options in place. So when you get two options, one of them I've made a little bit lower because remember, we're not selling enough at the other price at the £3.50. So we're going to make that a little bit cheaper. And we're going to bring in a bumper bucket now, £6. So you're sitting there thinking, right, we've got a couple of options and this is going really well. And you might now be thinking, they've also got the option not to buy. What we've cleverly done by just introducing a second option here is we've now narrowed down the choice to which bucket, not are you going to buy. We're almost suggesting you're going to buy something off us. Now we've got another problem here. If faced with two options, we've got £2.50 and £6. What will happen is large percentage, certainly more than 80% of people will go and buy that smaller bucket of popcorn. So now we're actually losing. We're not making as much money. Okay, we might have earned some more revenue, but we've not actually enhanced all the potential out of the customers that are coming to our cinema here, because very few will buy the £6 option. Typically, if there's a £2.50 option, they will go for that. And because of our costs, remember the 3 C's, because of our costs and the way customers behave, and also the competition here is between these two buckets of popcorn, the most likely outcome here is the £2.50 option, purely because we've narrowed down their thinking process. And actually £2.50 is a throwaway figure and actually just feels like less risk. And the customers will be thinking about the risk of purchase. So what are we going to do? That one doesn't seem to work. Two is inherently got problems. It's got higher costs, lower revenues. How do we get around this problem? Three price points. Now, this works in any sector. Giving your customer options suddenly works very, very well. So what we've done is we've eradicated the buy or no buy. That was the one option. We've now moved away from two options and just having everybody go for the lower option. And now we've given our customers a range of options. And what we've done rather cleverly is we've moved the price points as well. So we've got a customer to a point now where they're thinking, right, I am going to purchase, but which option do I take? And then what we've rather cleverly done is you'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen, we've got a £4 option to purchase here from the 3 different sizes of popcorn. Now, that price anchors that popcorn. So we've taken something on that first, where it was just one bucket of popcorn, we were at £3.50. We then tried the £2.50 option. Everybody was moving to that when there was 2 options. What we've now done is we've just nudged that price up. So what was selling for £3.50 is now £4. But you'll notice something about the pricing here. £4 to £6 is only a couple of pounds difference. And as I'm already in buying mode now, and I'm not thinking about whether or not to have popcorn, I'm actually committed to it. I sit down and go, right, the small one's £4, but for just a couple of pounds more, you can have the £6 option, just the middle option. And I think, oh, that looks good. Or if I really want a big bumper bucket, I can go extra £3 up to the £9 option. Right, now that might feel a little bit further away. Maybe it's for a special occasion. Maybe it's for the different types of groups of people that are coming to the cinema. So what happens then is most people typically would discount the £4 option because it's only a couple of pounds for the middle one. The top one seems a little bit more expensive. Yeah, which one I'm going to have? Probably the middle option. And actually, if you've got a 3-point pricing strategy and most people are buying in your middle option, you are pretty close to doing really, really well in your business for a number of reasons. One is more people will be buying it, so you actually generate a bit more revenue. And also, it's going to be at a decent price point, so you're making some decent profits as well. Remember, we're in business not just for revenue, but we're here to make profit. So what you really want to do is get 3 price points in here and get to the to that middle point of £6. There is like another way that we can use this. Oh, getting ahead of myself. Let's just get back there. Right. So what I've done now is now I've got something working with 3 price points. What I want to do is just tweak the pricing a little bit more now. So the reason I'm doing this is because I don't yet know your business. And if you're going to try this without a one-to-one with us, I need to just get you a little bit more sort of armed and ready to go and try some different things out in your sector. So if that was my cinema, and I've now got people buying popcorn because I've eradicated that buy, no buy decision. And I've sort of built my range up now that most people are buying that middle option because I've just been able to nudge their behavior. And they're now buying that £6 box of popcorn. I might just try and nudge the prices and go the other way. And what I mean is I've just nudged the bottom price up to £5 now. Remember, we were selling this at £3.50. And the middle option now looks interesting because it's £3 to the £8 option. But if we're still got the behaviors right, they'll be looking and going, do I go for that middle option? And you'll notice now only an extra £1.50 to get the giant bucket of popcorn. So I've changed the difference between the bottom 2 options and the top 2 options. This may lead to more people taking that bigger option at £9.50. Now, if we think about this whole process over these last few slides, we were originally selling the popcorn for £3.50. But with a little bit of behavior and a little bit of knowledge and a bit of experience from the JAM study over at Draeger's grocery store done by Sheena and Mark over at Stanford and Columbia universities, I've now got customers buying popcorn at anywhere between £6 to £9.50 for something that we were selling at £3.50 just a few minutes ago. And all of a sudden, popcorn now becomes its own revenue stream within that business. So that starts to get really, really powerful. And what I'd like you to do is go away and start thinking about 3 price points within your business. And the trick to this really is you don't really want stuff that's going to cost you lots of money. So if I use the example here, the popcorn itself actually it costs pennies. So you could fill a bucket, the £9.50 bucket here, you could fill that up and double the amount, and it would just be a few pennies more to the cost of the item. The cartons itself, there'd be a smaller cost, probably a higher cost than the popcorn even. But in real terms, there's no real cost in there that's going to impact on profit. So if you're thinking about 3 price points now in your business, I want you to bring in some elements now that are dead easy for you, just very, very simple for you to go and implement that don't cost you money. Or if there is a cost, is at a very low cost compared to the revenue. So you can start to sort of really build upon that profit. Now, sorts of things you can give away. I've certainly done things where there's been like a free guide has gone out. So if you're buying something with a bit of complexity, or if there's a range of products, or there's something that people want to use maybe in their home, there might be a free guide on how to use that product in the home, or where to situate the lamp that they've just bought from you, or whatever it might be. So they could have a free guide, or they could start to look at different ways they can go and develop collections, or whatever it might be. That will give them some sort of value, but actually creating a guide that's just a few pages long, actually very low cost. Maybe you've got time available to go and give them some one-to-one help. So here at GBS, they've already paid for a massive enterprise hub in all of our buildings, our campuses. I'm already employed by them as the enterprise officer. So it's very simple for us to go and offer free one-to-one sessions because the cost has already been met and the value to you as a business might be higher. So start to think about what you can start to offer that's already, the costs have already been met in your business, but actually provides huge value for your customers. And that in turn can impact price. So you can start to charge more, and that again will increase profits. Now, so there's 3 points or 3 pricing points. What I want to do is show somebody breaking the rules rather well. So who's getting this right? Well, I've chosen Salesforce. I don't know if you know Salesforce CRM. It's a really powerful customer relationship management tool. I've chosen these because the IT companies tend to do lots of price point strategies. So I knew it'd be a rich area for me to go and get some examples for you, but it works rather well. Salesforce have done a great job here. You're probably sitting there. First thing you notice, you go, hang on, Ed's been talking about a 3 price point strategy, and all of a sudden there's 4 prices here. So, okay, they've broken the rules slightly. Now, let's really look and start to understand potentially what Salesforce have done here. I suspect, I don't know for sure, but I suspect that there was a lot of small businesses coming to Salesforce and feeling they weren't large enough to go and use their CRM systems. So I think Salesforce have put a £25 a month offer in here, or $25 a month offer in here, so they can just get some revenue off smaller companies that didn't feel like they were really a true customer that Salesforce were looking for. So that Essentials package on the left-hand side is just an extra revenue stream that doesn't really cost Salesforce anything. It's a low number of users for small businesses. Doesn't cost a lot. Very easy for someone to go and spend $25 a month in a company and just not miss it coming out the bank account every month. And with the size that Salesforce are across the whole of the globe, they will have tens of thousands of people probably paying them $25 a month, and that will pay for a lot of the overhead costs for running Salesforce. So smart move by Salesforce there. Then let's discount that one on the left because I think it is just the throwaway. Then what we do is we get into the three price points strategy. We got professional, enterprise level, and unlimited. Now, what do you notice about this? So it's $75 at the professional level. And what a great title. You've gone from essentials to professional, and you're a business. So you're using the professional level for $75 a month for any size of team. Now, I suspect it doesn't cost Salesforce much money at all to put any size team they want on anyway. So their free value giveaway that costs them next to nothing, they've put this in at the professional level to nudge everybody into using at least $75 with them, even if they're a small business. But now if you look at the pricing, this gets interesting. $75 to $150. That's a $75 a month difference into their middle enterprise offering from the lowest level of professional. But if you look again at unlimited, it's an extra $150 a month. So what they've done is they're trying to channel the pricing, your option, down to the middle one. So I suspect this is where Salesforce feel happiest. Now, I don't know their thinking, but I suspect $150 a month with lots of stuff. That Salesforce is a really good bit of software, and I love it. And I think at $150 a month, most of their users won't be expecting too much back from Salesforce. So they're not ringing up customer support all the time, asking for additional help and extra value off them. But equally, Salesforce are probably over delivering for $150 a month. I've used it before, and they give you so much stuff to do and use. It's a fantastic bit of software. So what they've done, first of all, pricing, they're channeling you into this middle pricing option. So smart thinking by Salesforce. Now, just in case you're thinking, well, I might go, is it $300 or do I want the $75 option? What they've then done, you'll notice up here under enterprise, they've put most popular. So the marketing team here have cleverly just nudged your behavior, which tells me this is the option they want you to buy, is the enterprise most popular. That's what they want most people on. And then if you look at the language they're using, under professional, it says complete CRM for any size team. If I look at unlimited, the highest one here, unlimited CRM power and support. But if you look at enterprise, look at the change in language. Deeply customizable sales CRM for your business. That word deeply. It's a very emotive language. It's very emotive bit of wording there. So what they're doing is they're getting you emotional, they're getting you involved and invested in this middle option here just by the use of 3 words: most popular and deeply. And they're pulling you in. And then they've also used the pricing strategy. So, it's only a $75 jump up to the middle option, but it's $150 up to unlimited. Like, well, I don't need unlimited. And I think even the wording unlimited has helped you make a decision that actually, I don't need unlimited CRM. I just need something that works. Enterprise sounds good. It's the most popular. So therefore, I'm part of a crowd that are using it. The pricing's all right now because they've price positioned it. They've used a bit of language to get me involved. And I know from my own experience, Salesforce are really, really good at delivering what they say, what they'll do for you. So they're going to have very few problems selling lots and lots of membership at $150. So this works really, really well for Salesforce. And it can work really, really well for your business too. Now, I'm going to urge you to do one thing first of all. Just get your 3 price point strategy correct first of all. Don't worry about 4 at the moment. It will depend on your customers and the people you're reaching out to, whether the very lowest price here is a throwaway just picks up enough customers to go and make it worthwhile offering a 4th throwaway option. For you, if you're starting out, you've not used a 3 price point strategy before, just get these 3 prices sorted out. Think about the value that you're offering. Start to think about some of the language you use around positioning. And lo and behold, very, very quickly, revenues will start to rise. More customers will start to buy from you and hand their money over to you. Profits will start to take off. And it will be a really, really rewarding experience for you. Now, it's a bit of a whistle-stop tour through pricing today. I've purposely made this video short and simple because I just want you to get your head around 3 price point strategies. It'd be really a great idea to get a bit more help, advice, and support around how to get the right pricing points into your business, how to understand your customer at a level that you can start to predict what price they will pay. Because if we can channel them correctly, we will already know what price your customers are going to spend and typically start to work out what sort of profits you're going to make at the end of the year. And if you're already working out which prices your customers are paying and what profits you're making, you can start to work out what sort of lifestyle you're getting in return for starting up your business. Now, if that sounds of interest and you think you'd like a bit of a helping hand or a bit of support or a bit of guidance, come and speak to me. I'm Ed. I'm up in the Enterprise Hub. Or drop us an email at enterprise@globalbanking.ac.uk and we will pick up for a meeting from there. And before long, your business will be flying along. I hope that's made some sense. I hope it's got you thinking. If you've got any questions, reach out. Let's have a chat. I'm wishing you all the wealth and the best for your future. I hope to see you soon. Bye now.